Hello guys, and today I'm be giving you a detour of, for new players who play Fallout 4, I'm gonna be showing you of how to play the game correctly. Let's start. The first thing is the power armor suits. Now, since the Brotherhood of Steel update has recently came out, you're able to now, originally what you couldn't do was grab all the others. Now you're able to just look for the planes. But anyways, the power armors. Now, the reason of what you gotta know about this is because they need a fusion core, which you probably heard in the beginning of the game. Let me just show you what this shows.
That should do it.
So, everywhere you're able to use for this is actually all the regular stuff. What you see on the bottom right, near the AP, that is the power. The core, they call it. It's basically all same tactics, except the other side, all of this looks like you're in a mech suit. Which you are, you're using a power armor, they call it. Now, what the power armor can do is that it can basically lift 2 tons of what the original is. So let me just show you what I mean. This is the original, well, this is my original lift I can actually hold, the weightness of it. If I just wear this power armor, for example, I think that's how it works for this one. You're able to lift 2 tons of, like, well, basically good amounts. Now, what you'll realize is that as you use this, all of this like that is notified for this. All of this you're able to actually fix instead of leaving broken. Now, hold on a minute. So, I'm gonna give you more of a detour on that one. But now you might be questioning, how do you repair it? Well, it's simply like this. Now, if you just press the triangle, now for me, I have PlayStation, so this is the only thing I can actually do. So with the power armor, now, this is basically what you're able to do. See, you can see the triangle that's basically not brighting, or like lighting? That's the repair. There is a few parts that you'll have to need for it, but after that, you're done. You're able to modify anything with also the Vault-Tec points, explosions, pretty much anything. Now you're able to do all the other stuff, but you might need the rings, so be prepared for that. I'm not sure what all this does because I need the modifications for it, but here's all this you can use. You're able to use red tactic, well, tactical, or anything. They're basically all you're able to customize. Now, what you're also able to do is that you're able to tag. You're able to do tags with triangles. Now what you're probably wondering, how do you model it? Or how do you basically make it, well, not basically nothing to actually be used? Well, that's the one thing. You're able to use that. Now, as the Brotherhood of Steel, as you've got the Brotherhood of Steel, there is a few things that you have to know. Is that if you basically get all of the paints for it, now I'll show you that in the main later of videos. Now, the one reason why you have to actually understand about this part is that, so, what you need to know is that if you lose a fusion core, or like completely lose it, like if I'm saying like fusion cores can easily get lost, you have to find another one. Now, now for this part, the mech suits. Now this one doesn't have a fusion core. Now when I wear this fusion core, without the fusion core, it makes you, well, I'll show you this. This will basically show you basically all of this parts of no power. You have to hold, now how to exit, you have to hold X on PlayStation, or you have to hold the same button that's on keyboard that you have to use. Now, the reason why I say you need a fusion core as well, and why you can't really use your AP, and it'll make you extra slower. Now you're able to still lift stuff, you're not able to run. Now, mainly what all this does is that you're able to basically show what it actually does. Now, this is the original of all the suits. Now, give me a minute. I am gonna use this, use this for a moment, because I want the Miniman paint. Now, if you use that for, well, two important reasons. Now, you're probably wondering as well, how do you get the paints that are not easily expensive? Now, it's by basically getting all the objectives for what the one person needs. Now, the reason why I say that you'll get those paints is because, like, this is Preston Garvey. Now, you're not able to grab him, or will use him for, like, as a partner. But, after you use all the objective, some of them you're able to use. Like how in the beginning of the dog, like we were able to grab the dog. This is basically what's able to do. Preston Garvey is basically also a main one you also use. But be careful because some of the objectives can be difficult and you have to use all your weapons. Now, let's say is that let's get to the workshop or workbench. Now, this is what it basically has for you. It has people, food, water, and power, and all this. So, if you ever add a bed, which also you will also able to add on for a clean bed from the Vault-Tec. Now, here's one thing that actually gets a little more crazy. You'll need a limited version of it. So it equals that you'll have to actually do, well, like I said, Sturge's actual job work. Now, I'm not sure if you get paint from that, but I'm pretty sure you're able to get paint from from what you call it, the Brotherhood of Steel, what you call it, the Brotherhood of Steel parts from it, the paint. Now, what I want to say about this is that, now the workbench can do one thing. If you press O, it says, store Etotronic in the workshop. You're able to press yes, it'll show it as well. Now, the second part they also didn't know. Now, if you want to scrap more items, I think this is how it worked for this. I'm not really quite sure. I've never played this for a little while. Now you're wondering, how are you able to carry if you don't have the actual limited perks for it? Now, the reason why you also have this is that you're able to actually, well, when you get fully here, there's also a little bit of tip. If you fully upgrade this, you're able to actually fast travel than you were normally able to if you had like all the items that were too heavy. Now what you want to do is that if you use a scrapper, this is the first thing you'll get. Waste not, want not. You can salvage uncommon components like screws, aluminum, and copper when scrapping weapons and armor. Now this is what you also can do. You can salvage rare components like I can't even spell anything right now, so and nuclear material and fat and fibratic and scrapping weapons and armor. It's with favorite components are highlighted. Now, for people that are probably stuck in the main issue of what you have, so what Preston Garvey, well, Sturgis says that there's a minigun. Now, if you grab that, then you're able to actually win. This is the minigun, and if you're able to use it correctly, you're able to actually hold it. Now, I'm not sure where all the weapons are for it, but this is basically what you'll get, is this. I think that I might change this. Now, like I said, now you're able to also upgrade all the other stuff, but Right now, that's going to be it for the workbench. You're also able to store it, just like everything else. Now, let me just put all this in. Now, tip. If you have too much items, I would recommend probably, mostly, possibly, basically adding a storage. Tips and everything for that one. Now, I recommend us also grabbing aid, which I also should have made. So, what you'll have to do for free parts of these tips is that if you ever want anything from anywhere, now here's one thing you might have an issue of, is that you need a, well, like I said, you want probably a box. Now, this is what you can actually get to actually add aid. Which, if you don't know what that actually means, is that you're able to heal. Now, all the foods that you're able to eat gives you health, but also gives you, well, what you call it? Fucking, don't ask what the glitch happens. But, like I said, it's all fairly simple for that. Now, you're probably also wondering as well, where do you basically get the objective of Diamond City? Now, if you go to your Pip-Boy, now you probably already know this, but I'm just telling some people who probably doesn't. Now, if you go to the Pip-Boy, you're able to actually use it. Now, ironwork. I'll have to check the objective later, but after like this video. So, now, if you also see these, those are just parts of what you're able to do. Now, recommend probably not going ahead yet. Because I done that when I was little, and I did not know how to do that shit. Because I was, well, too much dumb. But what you need is a, well... So, that's basically... So, let's say, is that... Now, since you're able to basically use this... Also, method. Whenever you are able to obtain Crested... Oh my... If you're able to obtain Preston Garvey... Now, if you obtain him, he's able to easily be usable and he's able to help you in combat. But be careful because he can betray you. He can basically realize that you're becoming a betrayer. And where the hell does he find out Pip-Boy? Now, now, like I said, if you're able to, you're able to do some few things like what you originally can't. Now, the main part that you also need is also energy, which if you don't know what I'm talking about basically all of these parts. Now, what you need is energy to actually store all the power to the whole place. If you lose power, if you don't have enough power for it or anything else, it goes boom, blackouts. Now, main part that you also have to be worried about is that how all this stuff goes. That's all I know so far, but also perks. Now, people are probably wondering how do you actually get up your perks, but you guys probably already realized it, some people. But if you look at the bottom of what it requires, you need to be level 18 for that. So you'll say you probably do some few grinding. Now, let's just say is that's gonna be it for this video of the detours. But I hope that actually guide you a little bit to the percentage of the progress. But like I said, basically all this is specific all of what you need. It's basically simply now also tips. Now if you add more guards or add more people, now this is my tip that I thought of. Now if if you want to, you're able to add more people to this area, including a dog. Which I think the dog might be stuck, so I might have to help him out. There we go. Now, the main parts that you also have to be worried about is, well, raiders, because raiders can be, well, raiders and other combinations of others will basically appear. That's why you need turrets and also people. Now, that's basically gonna be it for the detour. I hope this helped you a lot, and make sure to like and subscribe.